Hey guys, I did my presentation on the relationship between gut bacteria and asthma and or allergies. The first thing to go over was just the hygiene hypothesis. It's basically just the idea that our immune systems are more reactive nowadays just because they're not exposed to as much as they used to be. Whether that be because people are spending more time inside or just we're cleaner nowadays. So yeah, um, factors that increase or decrease the chance of getting asthma or allergies. Things that increase your chances of these things are if you've used antibiotics in your first year of life, if you're born via C-section, or if you eat a lot of processed foods. All those are not helping out your good bacteria and stuff like that. And things that decrease it are if you're breastfed, you're getting more things from your mom there. If you live on a farm or have like pets in your house, just because they bring in some different things to expose your immune system to. The main bacteria of concern, especially with the asthma part of things, I mean, they're kind of related to gut bacteria, but there's other things there too. But main ones are Faecalibacterium, Lachnospira, Veillonella, and Rothia, which go by flavor. A study conducted regarding asthma, in this article I was reading, they basically collected 3 stool samples of babies in their first year of life. So it was like at birth, at 3 months, and at 1 year. Then the kids that got asthma, the researchers went and looked at their stool samples, and they noticed that, especially in the 3-month sample, if the kids were missing the flavor bacteria, they were the ones that likely had asthma, where the ones that had those bacteria didn't suffer from asthma. And then just to confirm that, they put those bacteria in mice and found that the ones that got those bacteria, they had less lung inflammation and less signs of asthma than those that didn't get the flavor bacteria. And then another study was conducted regarding food allergies, and basically just started because the researchers noticed that there was a huge difference in gut bacteria of those, like, of babies that had milk allergies versus those that did not. So then they tried giving some of these babies that had the allergy lactobacillus, and they tolerated milk better, which is not surprising. And then just to confirm that it was bacteria, they took 2 different groups of mice, and they colonized one with the stool of the allergic kids and one with the non-allergic kids, and then they exposed them all to the milk allergen, and the ones that received the stool sample from the non-allergenic kids were not affected at all, while the ones that were colonized by the allergic kids died, actually. So it's pretty interesting. And then this is just interesting too. It's all in there. It's been known for a while that C-section babies have more chance of allergies and asthma, and that's likely just because they aren't exposed to the vaginal bacteria and everything on their way out. So in this study, they're kind of thinking, what if we seeded those babies with vaginal fluid when they came out, via C-section, just to expose them to the same bacteria that the normal babies get. And actually the result was that they had a much more similar like makeup to those born vaginally if they did this, which decreased their chance of asthma and allergies. And then just kind of plans for treatment regarding this stuff, like they're kind of thinking maybe give safe versions of the flavor bacteria to infants to make sure they have a good microbiome early on. Doing that seeding or swabbing of the C-section infants. And then it's just likely that more probiotics are going to be on the market geared towards allergy fighting. And then lastly, they kind of want to just take like parts of the bacteria that are useful against the allergies rather than the whole bacteria, just because bacteria is not very predictable sometimes. So, I mean, that probably is further down the road, but maybe we'll get there. And then here's just a quote. I don't want to read it out loud, but if you want to read it, I just thought it was interesting. And then I made a little questionnaire quiz thing, just, I don't know, so that maybe you listened and you know something. So I'll put the link in, into the description.